Guys, welcome to today's lesson. So as you can see, today's lesson is on recovery extras. So this is the little things that are going to make the difference in terms of your recovery. We've already covered the big fundamentals in the previous lesson, and now we're looking at the one percenters. So here's what you need to know. If you don't get this stuff right, it's actually not going to be such a big issue as some of the other lessons that we've gone through. If you get the big fundamentals right, the essentials that we have already covered, if you get that stuff right and really, really right, then this stuff isn't going to matter quite as much. If you do get this right though, and you also get the essentials, then you're basically going to be unstoppable. Not only are you going to be recovering, to the best of your ability, so you can train more, harder, and really push those goals, but you're also going to feel amazing. So that's really what this extras is about. It's about more psychological, probably more so than your systems. Okay, so it's going to be quite a short presentation today. We're just going to go through a couple of key points, and I want you to be able to, take something away and put these into action straight away once you have the essentials down pat. So the first thing that we're going to have a quick chat about is supplements. So we did mention supplements in the fundamentals. The fundamentals, the essentials, should obviously be made up of real food. Okay, that's where most of your recovery happens, not in supplements. There are some supplements though that can really help recovery. I've had good success with a few of these. The main ones that I've had success with in terms of recovery is obviously protein powder can help. So I do use a good quality vegetarian rice protein at the moment, which I'm finding quite useful. So for most of you out there, if you're strength training, you should be getting normally around about 2 grams of protein per kilogram that you weigh. So that's just a very, very rough estimate, depending on your goals and depending on bio individuality. So if you weigh 90 kilos, you should be looking at sort of about 180 grams of protein per day as a very rough estimate. So a protein powder can be beneficial in terms of, if you're not able to get the whole 180 grams easily into your diet. 180 grams of protein is a lot of meat. If you don't eat meat, then I do really recommend perhaps looking at a protein supplement. Obviously, with a protein supplement, it needs to be really good quality. A lot of people don't absorb protein powders very well and don't digest them very well. So if you're one of these people, make sure that it's, first of all, of the best quality, but you can also look at non-dairy protein powders, like, organic brown rice protein or something like that. There's lots of different options out there. Another supplement that I've had great success with in terms of recovery is magnesium. So magnesium really is really important, for our nervous system to calm us down, and it can really bring on a good night's sleep. Our ancient ancestors, they had, a very ready supply of magnesium through organ meats, through seafood, even through their water, through crops that they grew for themselves, or that food that they picked from the land. But these days, we don't eat that way. We don't have organ meats so much in our diets. We don't eat so much seafood, or if we do, it's normally contaminated. Our soils are depleted of minerals, due to over farming. So magnesium is very often, deficient in everyday life. So supplementing it can really help. I normally, take a dose when I wake up, and I'll also take a dose, about an hour or so before I go to bed. And I find it really helpful in just calming down my nervous system a little bit and preparing myself for a good night's sleep. So that's one I recommend, especially if you do have trouble sleeping. As you learn from the essentials, sleep is such an important part of your recovery. So anything to help sleep is a great thing. Another supplement that you can look into is fish oil. So fish oil tablets, or something similar, krill oil also. So for this, the reason that we would use it is if you've got achy joints, it can help with that. It's also great for brain clarity, and your cardiovascular system. But I find I've had a bit of success with it anyway, in terms of joint pain and stuff like that, if I've been training really heavy and not perhaps looking after myself as much as I should be. Another supplement that you can look into to help recovery is just a simple multivitamin. So a simple multivitamin can just help fill any gaps, of vitamins and minerals that you're not getting already by eating good food. So always, guys, food first, real food first. Fill as many gaps as possible with real food. From here, then you can supplement. That's exactly what supplements should be. It should be an added on extra when you're already doing the real food stuff as well as you can. So that's basically what you need to know about supplements. Okay, they're the big ones in terms of recovery. You could also look at some greens. If you really don't feel like you can get enough greens into your life, you can look at some Vital Greens or something like that as a powder. But I really do encourage you to eat real food as much as possible. So the next one we're going to talk about here is self-care. So basically, the whole recovery process can be viewed as self-care. Self-care is exactly that, is looking after yourself so you're ready to go again the next day. So you're at your most optimal level of physical preparation, of mental preparation, of emotional preparation. So things in self-care that you can really do to basically show yourself that you love yourself, which will create a good place for your nervous system to be, are things like a hot bath by yourself or with your partner, going to get a massage, booking in a massage, oil pulling, or even like a colon cleanse or something like that. So doing things, special tasks that basically show yourself that you love yourself can be really empowering psychologically. It can really show yourself that you're serious about being healthy. My favorites are massage. I try and get a massages, normally probably my deload weeks, about once a month I try and get a massage. A hot bath or a hot spa can be really, really nice and relaxing. And I often oil pull. So oil pulling is basically treating your mouth and therefore your whole system, because your health of your mouth really connects with your immunity. Sorry, I got a bit off track there. So yeah, oil pulling is just getting some good quality oil. I normally use coconut oil, and just swilling it around your mouth for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, and it draws out all the toxins. So I like to do this. At the moment, I do this normally while I ride to the gym. It's about a 15 minute ride. So I'll just spill some oil around, maybe gurgle with it a little bit, and spit it out once I get to the gym. And it's a really good way of just drawing out any toxins. And it's also good for hygiene and even for teeth whitening. It's been shown to be quite good. So that's just a couple of little extra things that you can do to, really show yourself that you love yourself, and psychologically that can be really, really powerful. The next one that we're going to talk about, and the last one here in terms of extras, is compression garments. Okay, so compression garments are very popular these days. Worn by Joe Blows at the gym. They're worn by elite athletes, and there is actually a lot of research showing some benefits to them. So there's research showing that they enhance lactate removal, that they reduce muscle oscillation, and they also very highly influence you feeling like you're recovering well. So once again, it's psychological. Psychological is a massive part of recovery. So generally there has been research done with compression garments following exercise, and there has been research with compression garments during exercise. Most of the research is based on, like I said, psychological, but there has also been studies. In 2004 there was one by Chattard et al. There was another one in as far back as 1987, showing that you can get really good lactate removal, and you can also reduce symptoms associated with DOMS, with delayed onset muscle soreness. So there is some research to back up wearing some compression garments during and after exercise. And once again, it's only going to be a 1% or a 2% sort of thing, but at the end of the day, if you do these little extras, they can add up to a pretty big chunk. So basically, recapping what we've gone through here, we've gone through looking at supplements. Okay, looking at the big supplements to perhaps look into for yourself: magnesium, protein powder if appropriate, perhaps even some greens, or a multivitamin. Okay, then we looked at self-care. So looking at things to show yourself that you love yourself and really improve that psychological well-being through things like oil pulling, body scrub is another one which we didn't talk about, massage, hot bath, and then we've talked about compression garments. So all of these things are the extras. Make sure you get the big fundamental things right first, and then focus on these smaller things. Okay, lots of people go straight to the compression garments, without even making sure that they get good food into their system. So really focus on those fundamentals and then get this stuff right second. Thanks for watching today, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.